Hi there, Heather Ferber, Langlois Vital Nutrition Center in Brookfield, Wisconsin. And today is part 3 of our menstrual cycle sort of 101 tutorial. We talked about phase 1 of the cycle being the menstruation phase, phase 2 being the follicular phase, and today we are going to talk about phase 3, the ovulatory phase of the menstrual cycle. For most women, this occurs between days 13 and days 15. There can be some variation, especially in those individuals that perhaps have a history of polycystic ovarian syndrome. But for many women, that is the day 13 to day 15 is that ovulatory window. Estrogen is actually at its highest peak before we ovulate. And then as we get closer to ovulation, there is an increase in luteinizing hormone, also known as LH, and follicle stimulating hormone, known as FSH. Hopefully, as FSH and LH increase, our ovaries are stimulated to release an egg. Shortly after that ovulatory phase, our estrogen begins to decline. So how do we feel in terms of relationships and work during the ovulatory phase of our cycle? Well, our estrogen is still pretty elevated. We still may be feeling like we're very social, we're very energized. We have a better time working on projects with coworkers. We want to collaborate. We're better communicators during this phase of our cycle. And again, just to be cautious of, because we're feeling so great, not to overload ourselves with too much undue stress. So the higher levels of estrogen, as we said, begin to decline, and the progesterone begins to increase after this ovulatory phase. With that occurrence, we may not feel as energized, or as we might not feel like hitting the gym with these big demanding workouts. So again, it's important to listen to our body and maybe focus during these few days on just getting some moderate activity and exercise. This ovulatory phase is also an excellent time to introduce some of the slower metabolizing carbohydrates. So what are some examples of those? I love the leafy green vegetables. I love the cruciferous vegetables. Root vegetables are great to introduce during this phase, and also a lot of the berries. So think slow metabolizing carbohydrates. And then some people do like to introduce pumpkin seeds and flax seeds during this phase of the cycle because they can also help with estrogen processing. That's exactly what those other foods are doing. They're helping with estrogen metabolism through your liver. So again, the ovulatory phase is the shortest phase, lasting only a couple days long. And please stay tuned for my 4th video where we will delve a little bit deeper into the last phase of the menstrual cycle, which is the luteal phase. Also look for my upcoming talks at Langlois in the month of March and April. Lots more hormone discussions to be had. Have a great day.